This has to be the most badass find I ever come across on Facebook Marketplace. This is the Hayden Shachs, which says right on here, SACHS, 16-inch oscillating desk fan. I saw this yesterday for £10 in Carshalton, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, which was yesterday. Failed to realise that yesterday there was a tube strike running from the 7th to the 12th of September, meaning there are no underground trains. So, an hour journey took me 4 hours, because I originally was going to go to Morden and get a bus from there. However, I realised it's actually quicker to go to Carshalton, but it's too late. So I had to take at least 2 Thameslink trains back to Elephant and Castle, get another Thameslink to Carshalton, and then get a bus from there to pick this fan up. It was so much hell. In the end, I got it. I actually managed to get it for free because the guy realised that, oh my god, he's travelling very far and he's going to severely run into these awful problems. Which I do agree. The situation is awful. Tube strikes should have to have a very bad penalty. Like, whoever issues something like that should have 60% of their payload completely cut. The fact TfL has done it from Monday towards a whole week just really shows they don't care anymore. Just absurd. Anyways, moving on from that. This is really interesting. When I saw this fan, and I still can see what it looks like in person, it reminds me of a KDK fan, the way the grill's designed. You'd only see this design on a KDK, Tatang, even some Lasco fans if you're in America. So it really does remind me of that. As well with the Vortice Nordic fan, which apparently that's how it's pronounced. I just pronounce it as Vortice because it sounds better. Anyways, the information sticker, half of it is in an Israeli language, which makes me think that this is going to be quite a heavy fan, by the way, because this bottom plate is made out of metal. See, look. It's in Israeli language. I'm going to guess this is manufactured in Israel, which is interesting, but Israel has sold fans for the UK before. Free Fan Collectors has this. That is fanatical about fans. Rich, as well as the Utmost Geek, he has them ones. They are branded Blue Star, which is sold by the Electrostar brand. This is a super deluxe desk fan. Hayden Shachs. So that's the brand, Hayden Shachs. 16-inch. It's 50 watts. Bit weak for a fan like this, but I'm not complaining. And the rest of it is in Israeli language. It's got the serial number of 2059-6. I have no idea how old this fan is, but it's got this motor casing, which has been seen on many other fans before, including the Pifcos. I'm going to guess this is from the late 70s. I mean, it does look 80s, but judging by the very shiny green base sticker, this looks 70s. So, this is going to be interesting. When the guy demonstrated it, it did look like it needed a bit of lubricant. However, I will run it. It is quite powerful. And to be honest, despite it being yellowed, I still think it's in mint condition. I would say the yellow and the white with the green actually does fit. I don't know much about this brand. I do know fan brands like the SMC, the Blue Ices, the Pifcos, but not this brand. This is interesting. This is the plug it came with. It's a square plug. This is a proper vintage fan. I have vintage fans like the Micromark 7-inch fan, which will be next video. That's from the 80s, but this is proper vintage right here. When I think of a vintage fan, I think of something like this. Something that looks like a Sanyo KDK. I mean, when I saw this, I did think at first it would be Japanese made. This is low. I like how the number 3 is the same colour slightly to the Hayden badge. Yeah, I can hear the bearings rattling. I do like the logo as well. I mean, look at the logo. It looks like a car brand. I need to do a bit of research on this fan. I wonder if they sold these in blue. I think they would have sold these in blue. And I want to know what their pedestal fans will look like. I know the buttons would probably look the exact same as the buttons on this fan here with the rectangle. I don't want to push this back because I don't want to wreck the stand. I need to replace the stand actually. Not the legs are fine. The stand I do need to replace. Medium. That is a nice fan. And the blades are based on this. It's got the SMC styled fan blades. I know this fan ain't SMC. I mean, this screams late 70s. But the fan blades I showed you is based on that. So I'm thinking that maybe SMC created those fan blades because they've seen those designs on the older fans. Which, to be fair, those are my favourite designed fan blades. Much better, and also quite sturdier as well. And high. There's also a bit of rattling underneath as well, but that's fine. I just will give it some lubricant at some point. But that is a powerful fan. I'm hoping that the motor it has doesn't have a metal gearbox. It uses the same motor as the air-made fans like Micromark, Alton, Breezy. They use those type of motors, and usually their motor gearbox is made out of metal. I'm hoping this one's plastic. I need to check. It uses... I can't really see. Let me check. It uses a metal gearbox. Great. That is not going to be fun. Oscillation. Hopefully the metal gearbox comes off with these. Actually, this is the centre. This thing oscillates quite wide. Literally, dead centre, you can literally see the blade cap. Other oscillating fans, you can just barely see the middle when it oscillates if you stand straight like this. So this has got some wide oscillation. This is the only way I can describe it, by the way. And the blades look a bit teal as well. This is amazing. Aside from the Butchison fan, which I won't able to film a video on, this is the only really nice, powerful vintage fan I got. That spin down on this thing, actually, you know what? I don't think it needs any lubricant. That is a nice fan. That is a nice fan. And also, the blades cap as well. I thought the blades cap was black at first, but no, it's green. I'll show you. The clips are insanely stuck, though. I don't know. I will find a date code on this. Actually, let's do that right now. Somehow I managed to lose my crosshead screwdriver, so I'm going to use this. Hopefully it fits. Should do. I'm going to sit down actually. I actually did see two other fans as well. An Igenix and a CD pedestal fan. But I decided I'm not going to get it because I wanted to get this fan instead. Now, because I saved the 10, I know some of you will be asking, am I going to get those fans? Answer is no. Much as I always wanted to get a CD fan, or well, and a Igenix one, because they're both SMC, I want to get something else for that £10. There we go, that's a long screw, by the way. Okay, so that's the motor, which is metal. The metal... Oh, it's connected! The gearbox is part of the motor. Okay, that's interesting. And information sticker is not on the motor, but there's some information on the capacitor, which says... Doesn't say much. It says this. Being recorded for... How am I recording for 13 minutes? What? How has it been 13 minutes already? God, time does fly. Okay, well, I'm going to put this thing back together. I have a feeling it took so long is because I spent a long time rambling. Anyways, this is the Hayden 16-inch oscillating desk fan. No idea how old it is. I'm going to guess it's around 1978. Could be wrong. If anyone knows about these fans, do tell me. But I believe it's from 1978. You won't find a fan this green like this around the 1980s. I don't know. Again, I could be wrong.